I'm Benjamin Bryant, and I'm accredited family law specialist at Bryant McKinnon Lawyers here in Coffs Harbour. Today I'm joined by my business partner, Heather McKinnon.
Hi Ben, it's so great to see how the community's been engaging with this, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Excellent. Okay. I am currently listed on 2 bank mortgages for 2 separate properties with my ex-husband, an investment property and a house that my ex-husband owns and lives in. He is currently paying the mortgage on both properties, but the way that the orders were set up, so there are orders in place, I will only be removed from the mortgages once the investment property is sold. No time frame was stipulated for the sale of the property, only that it was listed in 7 days, which it was. So 8 months later, my name is still on both the mortgages, and this has remained the case for a considerable time, leaving me in a position that if I needed to borrow money from the bank, it is highly unlikely it would be approved given the large amount of money I'm liable for on the 2 mortgages. What can I do to achieve the outcome that I hoped for in the initial orders would have covered, i.e. have my name removed from the mortgages that I'm not currently paying?
So, very common problem in cases where the property market changes. So at the moment, we've had a history in Australia in the last decade of there being a very buoyant property market, and lawyers, when they're drafting orders at the time of settlement, don't contemplate that a property is going to be on the market for a long period of time. In this case, what's contemplated is sale. The property is listed in accordance with the orders, but the frustration's coming from the fact there is no buyer. So, for example, if you went back to the negotiating table, you'd have to first work out, is it likely that the problem with the sale is to do with it being listed in the wrong way for too high a price, and what the mechanics are that are stopping the sale? If, as I suspect, it's just that properties are taking much longer to sell, you're really stuck with just keeping work on making sure the sale's happening. In this case, I'd advise initially that you have a very good, deep conversation with the listing agent and maybe get a second opinion on whether there's anything around the strategy for the sale that would speed up the liquidation of the asset. If you form the view that it's resistance on the spouse's behalf to sell it, and you can get evidence that it would sell if something was done differently, then my view is you would apply to the court for some supplementary orders for auction or for an updated valuation to see what the list price is. This question's really good, Ben, because it shows that in finalising the property settlement orders, you do, in a climate where there is a difficult market, need to set out the intentions. Is it going to be auctioned if it doesn't sell after a few months? Is there going to be a regular review of the list price? Are we going to get a registered valuation if we're really worried that the price has been set too high? They're things that you talk through with your lawyer.
And I think another option as well is that, it doesn't help this particular person, but when you're at the negotiating table, if you do have concerns about what a value of a property would be, or concerns about its sale, or you think the other side's going to resist the sale or something like that, if you can afford to and if it's appropriate to, perhaps you can actually list it for sale and put everything on hold essentially until a purchase is found.
Yeah, there's lots of ways, and you know, it's the commercial reality of family law negotiations is something that most people don't understand. So we really have, as family law specialists, 2 hats. We really are commercial lawyers and family lawyers. In this space, you've got to understand the market. You've got to understand, for example, at the moment we're in a credit crunch situation where getting finance approval to buy someone out is very hard, and you may be better to liquidate assets. So they're all the things that you and I have to do on a daily basis, as does the general family law community.
Perfect. And we'll be back on the first Tuesday of every month at 12 noon for the same program, Family Matters show. If you want to ask any questions, to get some advice, just email us at familymatters@bryantmckinnon.com.au, or you can send us a message on Facebook or Twitter or any social media platform, really. Alrighty, until next month, guys.